If you're new to our channel, welcome aboard. Charles and I moved into our new Bigfoot travel trailer earlier this spring when we sold our home in Dallas, Texas, and started developing our off-grid property in Vermont. Overall, the transition to RV living was a pretty easy one for us, but our guest bedroom doubles as our dinner table and computer workstation, which makes it difficult to share our experiences here with friends or family. So we recently purchased a smaller, previously owned molded fiberglass travel trailer, and we thought you might enjoy a tour. This trailer is 10 years old, and you can see how well these fiberglass models hold their value because we paid $15,000 for it. And we hope that by keeping it in good condition, we will protect our investment if we decide to sell it someday. To buy a new Scamp trailer, you would order it directly from the manufacturer in Minnesota. They are not much more expensive than the used ones, but you may spend 2 years waiting in the production line. At 13 feet long, this is the smallest Scamp trailer model, and its dry weight is only 1,000 pounds. Fully loaded, it weighs about 1,500 pounds, and that happens to be the towing capacity of a medium-sized car like our Subaru Crosstrek. I've also heard that trailers this size are sometimes allowed into campground spaces that were not even built for RVs. You can get more automated options in the new models, but pretty much everything about this trailer is simple and mechanical, and we kind of like it that way. There is a hand crank winch for the jack in the front, and the jacks in the back are spring-loaded and easy to use. The awning opens manually by twisting with this wand, and then you bring the poles down and stake them in place. There are 2 floor layouts for the 13-foot camper, and this is layout 1, the version with bunk beds instead of a tiny wet bath and a second closet. We do intend to buy a compact toilet to store in the lower cabinet. The Dinette bed is only 44 inches wide, which is between the size of a standard twin and a standard full mattress, so it's a tight fit for 2 people. And the length is about 74 inches, almost as long as a twin or full mattress. The newer models offer a larger bed as an option, and it's 54 inches wide. We love the space-saving screen door that folds in half and lets in plenty of fresh air, especially when the exhaust fan is running. The window under the rock guard doesn't open, but all of the others do. Some of them are awning windows, and some of them slide open. There's even an air conditioner. Although to use the AC on our property, we would have to park the Scamp near the solar equipment shed to put it on a different circuit from our Bigfoot trailer and avoid tripping a breaker. Here you can see that the sink has 2 faucets. The one on the right hooks up directly to a city water supply, and the one on the left is a hand pump connected to the 12-gallon freshwater tank. There are 2 burners on the propane stove, and this small fridge is a 3-way, which means it operates on AC, DC, or propane. And there is a propane furnace for chilly days. The freshwater tank is inside the fiberglass envelope, and it's located under one of the Dinette benches. But the gray water tank is not insulated, and the Scamp 13 is not generally considered ideal for winter camping. You can see that the cabinets and the closet are pretty small, but there's a little more storage for RV equipment under the bunk beds and one dinette bench. And I've seen floor plans of newer models with cabinets that maximize the use of interior space more efficiently than this one. We do look forward to taking the Scamp out for short camping trips whenever we can tear ourselves away from the ongoing home build projects. We are glad you could join our tour of the 2012 Scamp 13 Layout 1 travel trailer, and we hope you'll join us again soon as we navigate our exciting new life off the grid.